How's it going, pickleball friends? Deborah Lew coming at you from Sacramento, California. Pickleball pro Judit Castillo has a warm smile and infectious energy that is a welcome addition to any APP Tour stop.
Castillo puts it away, her first medal of 2025.
What gives her zest for life? We're going to find out on this episode of Off the Court with the APP. So Judit, we are in Sacramento, and this is a very historic city. Where does your interest in the history come from?
It came mainly because, in Spain we go walking everywhere, and like any corner in Spain, especially in my city, has history, of how it got built, the different types of culture that, got together to build the city the way it is. So when you go walking places and everywhere you go, you can read what's about. I want to know about the city where I live, right? So that happened in Teruel, that happened in Valencia, and then when I moved to the United States, it happened in Natchez, Louisiana, which is a historic downtown.
And you're also a coffee snob, self-proclaimed coffee snob. How did that happen?
Honestly, I don't know, because I didn't drink coffee in Spain before I came to the States. And I think it was the late nights in college studying that got me into coffee. And then with work and everything, but then it got to a point that, in Spain, the coffee, it's the smaller, the better. We don't drink, like cortado will be like the small coffee, and then we will do like maybe café au lait. But if you go to local places, they make the coffees more similar to, what I grew up. And I started doing that. And then the smaller the coffee shop, the more it holds. Like sometimes it's like families that tend to run the coffee shops. And I just love those places because you can go there and you'll have people reading or working or just chatting with one another. And for me, it's just special to go to places like that.
What do you like to do in your spare time when you're not finding the newest coffee shop?
I will go walking, biking, kayaking when, I have a chance. But yeah, just, gather with friends, just go for dinner or lunch. But yeah, that would be the main thing. And then arcades, the basketball and the pad and all that. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. So yeah, baking, I like that. I try to cook a little bit of, Spanish meals, paella, pinchos and tapas, something like that. I try to do that at home.
Sacramento was actually important to you in your pickleball career, right? How did that happen?
That was back in 2023. That week, I just felt that, something has changed. I felt a little bit more confident with my game. I think I had a breakthrough over there at the US Open. I felt very comfortable that Thursday. Ended up winning the tournament, and that was my first ever gold medal. So that was pretty cool. Yes, that was, it felt good, because like, okay, wow, like we did it.
Oh, Castillo takes it with the backhand winner.
So you originally came to the US to play tennis. How did you find pickleball?
It was actually when I was working as a tennis pro in one of the tennis clubs in Shreveport, Louisiana. We had a pickleball pro over there, and he approached me. He's like, "Hey, I need a mixed partner for a tournament that I'm doing this weekend." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "No, like, can you play with me?" Like, look, dude, I haven't played pickleball in my life. I don't own a paddle and don't know the rules. So he's like, it's okay, just, come, I'll teach you for 30 minutes before we play, and then we'll see how it goes. And we ended up winning the tournament. But then I gave the paddle back to him, and I said, okay, cool. And I moved on and, continued working because I was finishing my graduate school. So then he did another tournament, played the tournament, ended up winning it. And I had so much fun that I'm like, okay, we might have a problem here.
This episode of Off the Court with the APP featuring Judit Castillo is history. But catch Judit all this year on the APP Tour as she chases her own gold rush. For the APP, I'm Deborah Lew. Thanks for watching.